All right, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Cafecito and Canes post-game edition. Usually, I don't like to drink cafecito after a loss because coffee's for closers. We did not close today, but I'm taking a sip anyway. Because, damn, this one was tough. I know, played a top 10 opponent tight. Players played their butts off, and I agree with that. The effort was there. It's been there all season. But definitely some stuff I want to get into. And this time, I got some guests with me for my post-game show. Ben and Joe from You Heard. What's going on, guys?
This guy, look at this guy doing the old man angle. I respect it.
I saw Joe at the tailgate. Actually, we were hanging out with Flo. Mm-hmm.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So, can you hear us, Joe?
Yeah,
you good? Yep, I can hear you.
Got you.
All right. So,
Trying to get my earpiece connected.
Mm-hmm. All right. So while you do that, so yeah, Ben, I'll start with you. Overall feeling when this game, well, I guess like how you felt throughout the game and once the game ended, like what was your feeling?
I was pleasantly surprised how TVD performed. As I'm watching the game, I was like, okay. And I was like kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop for a couple of times. Like kind of anytime you step back, but I was surprised about that. I was more stunned at how challenged our defense looked, and just throughout the entire game, just couldn't figure out how to stop a tight end. But we were right there, and then one bad pick play that our guys run into each other gives them the difference.
Yeah, which I think he stepped out of bounds, but they never showed the replay on the screen. I thought he did, but whatever. Yeah, Joe, talk to me. How you feeling after this one?
Like that. Sometimes it's just the raspberry. Sometimes just the raspberry.
Again, man, I feel like I felt all season disappointed. I'm disappointed in the finish, the closing, the decisions made down the stretch. You had a chance to win the game, and I feel like poor decisions were made down the stretch. So Coach Braum did what he does. He's a great offensive mind, in my opinion. We couldn't cover the tight end for some reason. Any tight end. It doesn't matter what tight end went out. There was about 3 different tight ends, and we couldn't cover them. We wasted a TVD performance that was pretty noble. You know what I mean? You know what surprised me too? The O-line kind of got their ass whipped in the passing game. But just disappointed, man. Just disappointed. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't think if we played them tight, I didn't think I'd feel this disappointed at the end of it. But this was really one we could have and should have won. Because there was a couple of times when it was 28-23, and I think we made a stop and we were going to get the ball back again. I thought, this is A&M all over again. We're going to pull away now in the second half. Because that first half felt a lot like the A&M game. I thought our defense was going to settle in and make some stops. It's like, dude, you're telling me Virginia's defense can hold off Louisville for as long as they did, and we're just getting gashed possession after possession. Like, it was frustrating. And like, I honestly, FSU, that was one thing. It was like, it was tight, but I was like, we need a miracle to pull this one out of our butts. But like this one, not only did I thought we were going to pull away. I thought, this game's ours. Yeah. And we let it slip away. So, Joe, the defense is going to be the story of this game. We'll get into a few of the positives. TVD did play a hell of a game. I saw, Twitter's going crazy right now. I try not to pay attention to it right after a game. They're saying some crazy stuff, but no, TVD played well, showed a lot of heart, a lot of courage. He got whacked on one play and came back, and he got hit hard, dude. I heard the thud from the crowd. Bro, that was bad. He held onto the ball and he stayed in the game. So nothing negative towards TVD on this show. He played his ass off.
He played tough. He played tough.
He played tough, made accurate throws. He looked like himself again, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the defense. Joe, was it more on the guys just making mental errors? Do you put any of this on Guidry? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it was both. Like I said, Coach Brom is probably the best offensive mind in the ACC. Him and Norvell, we've seen what we did to Norvell, but we run man. We're a man team. We run man all the time, and we bring pressure. And Brom had a bunch of man beaters, man. He ran a lot of mesh concepts, a lot of misdirection, and he took advantage of the defense's aggressiveness. He took full advantage. The quarterback didn't make too many errors. He made the one throw that Cam picked off, but he played pretty much mistake-free football. And when we got pressure, we didn't get home. So the quarterback was mobile enough to avoid pressure. And we couldn't get pressure with 4 or 3 or whatever. We had to blitz
or any
all the time. So, I think they were just better often. I think coaching was just better. I think Brom out-schemed Guidry this game.
Yeah. Let me just give you some stats here, because I was looking at the the team stats, like total yards and all that stuff, and it was like almost dead even. Like Tyler Van Dyke, 24 for 39, 327, 8.4 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown, no picks. Jack Plummer, 308, 8.3, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. The total yards we had, again, outgained the other team, which has been the case in all of our losses pretty much. We had, I believe, 486 is what I just saw, and Cardinals had 470. Andy Borregales made a huge clutch kick. Andy, please don't go. Please stay one.
But listen, when we played for that field goal, Pedro was with me.
Yeah.
I told him we were going to lose the game because
3rd and 11, we run the ball. Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew that was coming because we were going to kick a field goal. I knew that. But the way we played that whole drive, that sequence, I figured he was playing for overtime like he always does. You know what I mean? Let's tie it. Let's go to OT. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't understand that. And Joe, you made a point about the defense not getting home. I think that's our depth catching up with us on the D line. I don't know if you agree. Ben, your thoughts on that? Because and you chimed in a second ago. Yeah, anytime we sent anybody, we sent 3, we sent 7, we sent 8. They picked it up every single time.
Or they called the right play to counter it, to match up against it. So it was just timely calls. It wasn't any big time plays where it was just like a guy coming out of the backfield that nobody picked up because you sent everybody. It showed you our lack of outside linebacker depth when you can't have a guy that runs sideline to sideline, because as soon as he breaks out of the backfield, tight end or running back or anybody's wide open. We're starting a true freshman and depending on him and Ruben Bain to be our all-world stopper, and a 6-year senior in Branson Dean. Like, we don't have the depth in the defensive line when you lose Najee Leak and Akeem Mesidor. But it just shows like the lack of depth. But man, like, it's tough when you're going up against a first-year head coach and they, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem like they have the same issues. So it's like you try not to match up against it, but it's like, how do they figure it out? But we can't. They can figure out how to get pressure with their thin outside, you know what I'm saying, thin linebackers and stuff like that, and we can't get nothing. Because they were in the one guy, number 95, straight bull rush Francis, or sped around him. It was just like, where's that for us? Like, we don't have any other guys we could just throw out there. It was frustrating.
Yeah, Francis has had a tough couple. Nobody's going to talk about that. He's a freshman. Everybody likes Francis, but he's had a tough couple of games, probably ACC play, but he's had a tough couple of weeks, man. He has.
Yeah. Well, no, that's back to like the big picture stuff and why I still think roster wise, at least we're heading in the right direction because look, you've depended on a lot of freshmen this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of inexperienced sophomores. You depended on a lot of young guys that they're all coming back. So I remind myself of that, like, okay. And also I'll have to go through it, but I'm pretty sure this season, like our schedule was much tougher than last year.
Yeah.
I don't remember facing 3 or 4 top 15 opponents. The ACC is much better. But let me ask you this. I'll start with you, Ben. Where the hell has this playbook been the last 6 weeks? Like what we saw today?
I've never seen it.
Second
play.
Temple.
Yeah.
Like that one play, the reverse to Burchard's. I've been calling for jet sweeps and reverse to Burchard.
Yeah.
And they finally did it today, and it scores a touchdown. Maui Noah freaking plows a dude, puts him on his back, and right into the end zone. But again, then it got conservative in the second half. Burchard,
how many touches? You played for overtime.
Like 3-4 touches for the game.
You played for overtime in the second half. That's what you did. They played for overtime. Like it's just what it was. That first half, I was like, I was texting my guys, and I was like, yo, where has this been? Like I hadn't seen this since who knows when. I was like, also it's been here the whole time, which again leads to more questions, but that's a whole another show for another show. Man, listen, it's frustrating when Burchard does that, right? And then just no touches. I think one screen to him in the second half. Fletcher gets that big run. I think has 1 touch, 1 carry or 2 carries after that 55-yard run. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't seem to be consistent. Like what's shown to be a strength, we're like, oh no, let's get away from it for right now. Oh, this is a strength, let's get away from it from right now. It seems to be all over the place. And I don't think the Cards defense is that serious to be like negating everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm watching this game. I was like, yo, if they're 9, we're 10. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no huge difference here. But again, like it's like we would do the thing that they wouldn't do. They're like, oh, the tight ends are working. I'm gonna keep going back to the tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, handing off to Fletcher on the counter is working, and pulling with Riley Williams. Let me just run that twice though.
Kick out.
Like it doesn't make like it's frustrating. It went to the same thing, man. Like what Joe said, it wasn't just that drive, Joe. That whole second half, you're just playing for overtime. It felt like the whole offense shut down. Like it was just like all of a sudden X found TVD again. Like they reconnected. Were they mad at each other for 7 weeks? Like all of a sudden he could get 9 catches. Like no, like this is the same X. They're not running anything crazy. Like yo, find the space in the zone. All right, here it is. It's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating.
Did you see X's final stats? 8 catches, like 193 yards, 24 yards a catch.
Yeah.
Bro, look, let's see the other is Jacoby George, 3 for 55. I feel like they could have gone to him a little more. Kobe Young was one-on-one
pissing me off all. Oh my gosh.
Kobe Young. I mean, I don't know if Joe. I don't know if you have like more end zone seats so you could see more of the field. I sit on the sideline, so sometimes I can't see certain angles. But
I was up top looking, and I was
so you
like,
could see everything. Okay.
Jeez, yes.
There were times we were calling it in our section. Kobe Young, like one-on-one coverage.
Yeah.
We didn't try that. Hey, we're in enemy territory, first down. Hey, let's take a shot. Play action bomb. I think we tried it once the entire game, and it like went nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's the timeliness of the calls. I think the offense is okay. I think Coach Dawson calls. It doesn't make sense. So we know, like, all right, there was a situation where it was like 2nd and I don't know 1 or something like that, or no, it might have been 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 or something. And we line up in double tight. We have single receiver, Kobe. play action and go up top. Like there's 10 in the box, 10 in the box. They stopped us. We didn't get it. Play action and go up top. Like on first down, play action and go, like the timeliness. So when we got down in the red zone, when we were at the 4 at the end of the game, we didn't run the ball. I think you ran the ball one time, right? And three straight throws.
Three straight throws, wasn't it?
3. What? That's when you want to run. Like they can't stop us running. That's when you want to run the ball, man.
Yep.
Like it's just his timing. I don't get it. We had plenty of time to run the ball. There was like 2 minutes left, or a minute and change left. We had plenty of time. Like, oh my gosh, it's the timing, man. I don't know. I'm confused.
First down from the 4 and run.
Yes.
You ran the ball once.
One time.
A yard. Yeah. You got a yard and then just stopped it. They're like, okay.
And then if you're gonna pass it, do that on first down. Try that on first down. Go to the end zone on first down.
First or second down, I'm fine with it.
And then gosh, man.
No, and I feel like it was just. I mean, that last throw was a little off target. I think he could have hit him for a touchdown, but
why not have Kobe on that side though?
Jacoby did get grabbed. He did get grabbed.
They missed the call. They're not going to call that, man. You gotta do a little pushing off of your own, man. You gotta. I feel like a lot of that hand fighting, the little grabbing, they don't call it anymore. Really, for either side, you gotta take advantage.
But why not a fit? What happened to the fade ball to Kobe Young in the end zone? What happened?
We don't call it. This year we don't call it, and I mean we did early on. I don't know.
Early on, right?
Emery got a fade to Kobe.
Yeah.
In the Clemson game. Yeah. Why not put you have a 1-on-1 already? Put them on the boundary out there. Just flip it. Put Jacoby George on the inside and put Kobe Young and then just throw the fade up there because he has all that field to play with. Nobody on that side can stop it. Come on, it was just the lineups, man. Like I don't.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's
confusing, man.
It was. Look, I give Guidry like if I had to grade him, I give him like a C+ today. I think he opened it up. He made a concerted effort to be more aggressive in the passing game. I was like, okay, but just that little bit of a change made a massive difference. It gave TVD a ton of confidence. You can tell he felt. You could tell he was himself again. But it makes me think. These past 5-6 weeks, was that Mario in his ear telling him, "Hey, we have a quarterback that's banged up, maybe shut it down a bit," or was it Dawson kind of, maybe he decided to, what do you guys think on that? I think it's the former. I think Mario he's been known to micromanage, and I think he was doing a little bit of that. Listen, if we can win by running the ball, let's win by running the ball. That's my thought. I don't know.
Yeah, since the infamous quote, the offense has never been the same.
Yeah.
The offense has never been this. Yeah, let's end this motherfucker now. Since that quote, the offense has been changed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all roads lead to the head coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, all roads. You can't, there's no.
Can't disagree with that.
So, in my opinion, definitely he changed some things up, in my opinion. Yep.
Yeah. Ben, you think so too?
100%. Me and Joe talked about this the other day. I think it was yesterday. It doesn't make sense because we're not even like you could run the ball and play and do that game, but like we're not pulling with our linemen. We're just diving. ISOs, ain't no counter. Like today, that tight end kick out. When have we seen that before? Y'all got any idea? All of us have watched every game, every snap. This is what we do, right? We curate content and we watch these games. When was the last time y'all saw Riley Williams do that play? Y'all, you haven't.
I remember we did it a lot. Mark Fletcher's first touchdown against Miami of Ohio. It was that same play. It was McCormick hitting that.
Look how far back you have to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's 100% Mario. Like I don't know what it is because it's like it's conservative, but it's to the level of like let's just not do anything. extra. Like not no emotion, not like it's weird to me. Because it's like it's been proven to fail, right? We're 2-5 now in our last 7.
Yep.
We're 2-5 in our like that's a crazy. And we watch the game. We're a better team than somebody in the team that should go 2-5. If you would have told me we beat Clemson and A&M, we did the show before the season. If you told me we beat A&M and Clemson, where do you have us at?
I had both of those as losses going
exactly. Exactly. And think about that. And look at the losses we've had and how we've had those losses. Who else do you blame with the head coach?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the not taking a knee is squarely on Mario. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Ton of turnovers. The fumble by Chaney was not a fumble. The refs were against us in that game. 1,000%. I agree with all that. But you still battled back. You still took the lead. You did everything right. The players did all the hard part. It's just the coach.
And you lost it for him. Lost it for him.
The coach lost it for him. He didn't, when you're in Madden, he didn't scroll to clock management, take a knee, hit A, done. He didn't do that. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
So I know we're not at the end of the season yet. You still got BC. Obviously, I wouldn't be happy about it, but hey, give me the BC win where you at least finish with a winning record. It's like, okay, progress at least. But
yeah, I don't want to be 500 at the end of this.
No. Finishing, we were 6-2 to unravel and finish 6-6. You got to at least get one. You got to at least go up to BC and get that win. But right now, I know we're still in the season, but the coordinators, I tell you right now, hey, both guys are staying. Are you like good with that, or do you want to change?
So you want to answer this first? I need a second.
Coach Guidry definitely has to stay. That's my guy. Give him whatever he wants.
Yeah, triple the bet.
Coach Dawson, I wouldn't be mad if he stayed either. If Coach and Flo said something earlier, Coach Cristobal has to stay out of his office. Like, stay out of his office. Let him do his thing. Let him do him. Like, let him run the offense, and let's see, what happens. I wouldn't be mad if he stayed. I wouldn't be mad if he went, but I wouldn't be mad if he stayed either.
Yeah, I'm same with me. I'm indifferent on Dawson. I don't know how to judge him. Because in 5 games, I guess we've actually seen his offense, and in the other 6 and in the other 5 we haven't. So it's difficult to really be like, oh, who is Coach Dawson and who isn't? Because we saw it today in the first half, didn't see it in the second half. We saw it the first 4 games. First 4 games were one of the best offenses in the country, regardless, just execution and performance. It didn't matter. I'm not saying who we were playing against, just what the schemes were and what we were doing, and that died. So I'd be okay with another year, but if they go in a different direction because he gets another opportunity, we're gonna get into the assistant coaches on our show later, like after next week, about who should stay or go on that one, because there's a couple guys that I'm good on. But yeah, I'm good if they both stay. But if Dawson finds another opportunity, and we kind of find somebody similar but with more, I don't know, head coaching experience, or you know what I mean, has just a better pedigree, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I want them both to stay just for stability. Guidry is an obvious one.
Yeah.
Just for continuity.
Yeah, it's not even a debate.
Yeah, I would prefer them. I would prefer them both to stay. And really today, like, clinched it for me for Dawson. It's like, oh, this is the real Dawson, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect at times. Right. Again, I give it a C+ on play calling, but man, you run this style of play calling, the tempo, spreading guys out. We beat NC State 100% for sure. We beat NC State, in my opinion. You beat Georgia Tech by 3 touchdowns. If you come with that,
not even a conversation.
Not even a conversation. We beat. And say you still lose this game, it's a shootout. Whatever. I mean, obviously we lost this game. It was a shootout. FSU, who knows, because it was Emory. We're probably 8-3 right now. If you just stayed with this playbook.
Yeah. If that's all you did, not done anything different, John. Like that's the crazy thing, right? Not done anything different, not done anything extravagant. Just stayed with this playbook. You're 8-3 right now.
100%, at least, because like, and I've been thinking about this for the last couple of weeks. It's like, is it possible shutting the offense down the way they did, starting with Georgia Tech, maybe whatever confidence issues TVD had, maybe that added to it. Yeah, that added to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, or I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg,
Yeah.
That caused it, or maybe something happened to him and then they led to the play calling and that just added to it. I don't know, but
they must have had the worst bye-week meeting ever, bro.
Dude,
like, it must have been the most like toxic, like dumb conversation, just because it makes no sense. It doesn't,
everything
bro.
shifted after that bye. That's why I keep having my theory. I have my conspiracy theory and I'm sure the truth will come out at some point. It always does. Something happened during the bye week. And I think it was something happened to TVD. Maybe he got hurt. Maybe an injury that he had got worse, because we know he's banged up. We know he's nursing some stuff. Maybe something got worse. Maybe something going on in his personal life. Maybe something with Mario and Dawson. I don't know. But something happened during that bye week that just torpedoed what should have been an 8-9 win season at this point.
Yeah. So you guys were in the building and weren't listening to the telecast. On the sideline report at one point said that like his thigh injury, like the muscle or something, like isn't even like attached to the skin or something crazy like that. Like I heard it briefly. So he has like, that's why he has like his whole leg wrapped. Like his like something like with his thigh muscle is so damaged or something crazy that it's not. I was like, what the hell did I do? Wait, what? Like it's not even attached. Like I heard,
that's
like I had
thing?
that's like it's a thing. Like how are you walking, son? Like how are you out there doing anything? But yeah, like it's some crazy injury, and it leads me to a lot more questions, a lot more quarterback decisions, just a lot more stuff. And that, like I said, that John, I'm with you 100%. Like something ridiculous happened on that bye week that was just detrimental to the entire season.
100%. No, and look, I always had respect for TVD for his toughness. I gained a lot more respect for him today to shut up the haters and do what he. But again, the open playbook I think did him a lot of favors.
Yeah,
like the two things they go hand in hand. They help each other. If you don't have one, the other suffers.
Yeah.
But anyway, just okay. So final thoughts on this. Obviously, we got BC next week. This team has proven to week in and week out, like even though they might not be playing for much, the season's over as far as like playing for any kind of hardware, but this team fights, and it wouldn't surprise me if they go up to BC and get a win. But just final thoughts on this, like heading into season 3. Are you guys in a spot now where like, okay, I need to see a big jump in season 3, otherwise that seat is warm? Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, I expected a big jump this year, honestly, just because of the lines, the offensive and defensive line, the trenches. And again, early we saw a jump, and it faded. I expect the talent to be better. I expect them to add, Coach Cristobal is going to recruit. The staff is going to recruit. So I expect the talent to be better. I expect us to jump in the portal for a couple key positions. I don't think we're going to go crazy in the portal.
Don't need that, man.
I think, I don't think we'll go crazy. I think at some key positions. And I expect the young guys who we didn't see this year to come on the scene and explode next year. So I expect a big jump. Definitely. That's the expectation. Yeah, that's definitely the expectation. I definitely expect a big jump. Yes. Yes.
Ben, same for you.
Yeah, I expect. Listen, look, we had them in our preseason pick that we did. I had them at 9-3. Right, look, we're possibly looking at 6-6 or 7-5. Performances are what they are. Next year I need to see 9+ wins, and I mean like not like
as a floor.
Yeah, as like
Right.
9 wins.
Agreed.
9 wins is a floor. Like, and I don't. Also, the performances have to be there. I don't like. You're gonna have that tough one that you win at the field goal, at the buzzer, and wild stuff like that. But I need to see dominant performances, because if you had this effort at a 7-5 or 6-6 season, that effort better be there next year, all the way through. Like, yeah, that seat is mad warm. If 8-4, 7-5 is a conversation that we're having at some point next year, John. If we're talking about like, yo, I can't believe we just did this, like that can't happen next year. That that can't happen. It can't. Like you don't put this kind of money in the NIL era and all this stuff, and you're still sitting at, oh man, but it was a really scrappy. Who knows what state?
Scrappy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm over that shit. I'm over that. Like I don't want that. I don't want that conversation again.
And the schedule is very favorable, in my opinion. Very
for next
favorable.
Year?
Yes.
Yep.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up real quick.
I know
you have 8 games. You have 8 games in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you only all the home games you play at USF and you play at Gainesville. So you don't leave the state but for 4 games.
I think there's a stretch where we have like 4 in a row on the road and then like 4 in a row at home or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah. Well, they haven't announced like the dates because like the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
They do it after they do it late. They do it like after they're like after the off season and all the bowl games and stuff.
I saw it on January around there.
Yeah, I saw it on well, so that must not be okay. I saw
it's the teams we're playing, not the dates.
No, I could see I'm looking at it right now. I could see who we're playing, just the dates for the ACC teams that hasn't been set yet. But non-conference, we opened the season at the Swamp against Florida. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I almost cursed. We have to freaking get that win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A loss there is unacceptable. I don't care how highly they're ranked and that or we're the underdog.
I'll have a whole show where I'm just cursing. Like I won't say nothing that makes sense. If we lose to them, just the whole season just kind of feels like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
It's like put up or shut up time for that game. Like I don't care I don't care if it's in the Swamp, in Doak Campbell, in outer space. Get me a freaking W in that game. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be there? Nice.
I'll be there, definitely. 100%.
I'm an hour away.
Willing, I will be there.
God willing. A really good friend of mine is actually getting married that weekend in Columbia. So I'll probably be able to watch the game. Just I won't be like glued to it and like, or at the game, obviously. But I'll be watching.
Of course.
But yeah, after that, Florida A&M, Ball State at home, USF on the road.
Yep.
And then
Tampa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we face Cal next year. Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to go to that game, buddy.
At Cal, at Georgia Tech, got to get revenge there. At Louisville, got to get revenge there. Duke at home. Ooh, Duke's going to be good. And of course, it's not in this order, but Florida State at home. Obviously, you got to get revenge there. Well, Vatech back on the schedule. Nice.
At home.
Yeah. No, we got some big home games. I'm liking the schedule. Wake Forest at home and renewing an old rivalry at Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last game of the season. I think. Listen, Duke. I think Mike Elko might be. I don't know. He might go back to Texas A&M.
That's where it comes from. Yeah.
I mean, it'll be tough to turn down that bag that they're going to throw at him.
Yeah.
Nobody turns that bag down.
That's going to be that's going
to be $9 million a year. That's going to be like $9 million a year. Yeah, he's gone.
That bag's going to be significant. But listen. This is by no means an easy schedule, but I'm with you, Joe. 9 is the floor, and you have to beat Florida. 100% you have to beat Florida because I think they're spiraling more than we are, honestly. I think they got bigger issues than we do.
Yeah. We haven't given up 700 yards in any game, so.
No, we haven't. I mean, Jaden Daniels is ridiculous, so I don't want to talk too much. I don't know. But today, I don't know what we would have done against him, but yeah, yet another disappointing. Looks like it's going to be a disappointing end to what should have been a promising season. But I really do feel like going into 2024, this is like it's already feeling similar to how I felt going into 2017. That it's like, oh, this is going to be a revenge tour, and it was going that way for a while. So I feel like it'll be a repeat of that, but it's going to be contingent on if we get a quarterback. It starts and ends with that, in my opinion.
Yep. John, this offseason, the offseason is too damn long for these types of seasons. Like,
I agree.
The offseason
I'm already dreading the offseason.
Right, it's 9 damn months, man. It's oh my gosh.
The basketball team makes it go a little quicker, though. I will give them that. They'll give me something to watch in the spring.
Until March, and then after March, man, that shit is.
It's
Lord,
5 months.
2 of my teams were in the champion, like the Panthers and the Heat were playing for a championship. So that kept me busy until like June. So it wasn't this offseason actually went by pretty quick, but like sometimes
it did. Yeah.
But all right, boys, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Of course, it's always tough to hop on after a loss, but we air our grievances and get it out there. But I will be dropping this Sunday morning, probably around 10 a.m. like I usually do. But again, you guys, Joe, Ben, you heard pod. When do you guys do you guys have a regular schedule when you drop episodes, or?
Yeah, every Monday and Thursday we usually drop. We're actually going to record right after this, get our show done.
Okay.
And then just every Monday and Thursday we drop, and always look out for our shorts, man. We like to cut up our episodes and drop it in the shorts.
All right.
Appreciate being on, John.
All right. No.
Yes.
Likewise,
thank you, brother.
Thanks
good
for coming
seeing
on.
you today, man.
Joe, yeah, it was good to see you, man.
Sure.
Yeah, hopefully more W's next year. It's coming.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Take it easy. Have a good one.
All right, guys. Peace.